Hey y'all, it's Jennelle.
And this is Ashley. Welcome to Loving in Reality.
On this podcast, we review TV shows that are focused on the big L word.
That's right. Love, dating, marriage, and all the drama in between.
All right, y'all. So grab your favorite drink.
And let's get into this reality tea. Hey guys, it's Ashley and Jennelle. We're back again with another episode of Loving in Reality.
Yes, we're talking about Married at First Sight again. There was a little break last week, but we're back
to discuss episode 12 now.
Yeah.
Moving along.
Which couple should we start with first?
Steve and Noy.
Ugh. Okay, yeah, Steve and Noy. I really cannot make heads or tails of Noy, honestly.
She is kind of all over the place.
I can't really understand what her concern is, because it went from, I'm so with this whole background with finances and growing up in a refugee camp, so I need that security. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, on the after show, she says Steve was self-employed, not unemployed, which is a big difference. And they and Keisha and I pointed that out. Like, there's a difference between self-employed and unemployed.
I'm wondering if she's just learned to reframe it.
So she would have a problem with him being self-employed? Because that's still employed. It seems to me that her issue is she wants Steve to get up and go to some type of job, but I don't understand that. That's what I don't get.
Yeah. Because she just wants a two-income household.
But
I think she just wants him to work.
I don't even know if it's the two-income household thing, because according to him, he's paying 2 to 3 times more money, even in the situation that they are right now. So she's not even meeting his monetary and his monetary contribution. So it's like, I don't understand what you want him to contribute, but that he's continuing to do right now with money, and do all the work around the house because he's not physically having a job. I don't understand. That seems one-sided. If I was Steve, I would feel like, why am I not only I'm contributing with money, which is fine, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, but because you have to have a physical job, which has not my fault. Like, you can, do whatever you want to do for work. Why do I have to feel punished? Yeah. Because you have to get up in the morning and work.
I am tired of hearing about their issues. I'm just so tired of it. They need to figure it out. I don't know how they're going to figure it out, but
for one, I feel like they need to talk. I don't understand when she was saying to her brother, like, he wants to talk about it, and for me to come up with a plan. I was like, I don't really think he wants you to come up with a plan. I think he wants to talk about a plan together, because you don't like his current plan.
Yeah.
So if I'm telling you this is my current plan and you're saying that's not good enough, then let's discuss a plan that you would be comfortable with. But you're like, no, figure it out.
Both of them seem uncomfortable and uneasy and not trusting of their partner.
Yeah.
Noy with the whole job and working thing. He's like, well, if I do start working, are you going to contribute in any way, or is it just going to be me doing everything? I don't know. And neither of them seems to want to meet in the middle anywhere.
Yeah, I don't get that. I can understand him saying that. I feel like he's kind of just being petty with that, because
with the household stuff?
Yeah, I feel like he's kind of being petty with the household stuff. But I mean, it could be a real concern because, like I said, he is really doing everything. It just doesn't seem like it in her eyes. I feel like she's not recognizing it because he doesn't have a job, or because he's not employed by an employer. He's self-employed. But if he was, contributing this money, still cleaning up and doing all this stuff, it's like, what is he not doing? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
What is Steve not doing right now? So that's why I'm kind of confused.
I was surprised too when she talked to Sriracha. She was saying that she does do a lot of stuff around the house. Now, I don't know if she was exaggerating or...
I don't know, because I thought Steve does everything. And I thought she
that's
said...
what I thought,
Isn't that what she said? She wanted him to do everything because he doesn't have to get up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But she was telling her that she does do a lot at home. So I was confused. I was like, okay, what's really going on?
Yeah. It seems like the only thing, from what I can tell, the only thing she does is get up and work.
Yeah.
She doesn't contribute money that much. And it's probably because she doesn't make as much, which is fine. But, at the same time, you can't complain if he's contributing more money and he's also doing chores around the house and cooking and taking care of the dog, which I would be like he said, I didn't bring a dog in this relationship, so why is it now my responsibility to take care of your dog?
Yeah, that little discussion they tried to have about household duties is kind of funny. I think Steve was joking, but not really.
Yeah.
But y'all need to stop beating around the bush here and just talk about it.
I feel like she won't. She even told her brother, like, I don't want to talk about it. That makes no sense.
Yeah, they're kind of starting to get on my nerves.
That's what I was saying. I was just like, noise is really annoying to me. And then when Keisha and Pulliam asked her, well, how much money would you feel comfortable with Steve not working? And she said $40,000.
Girl.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure he has $40,000, Noi.
And also, does she still not know? Have they still not?
I feel like no, because when he tries to talk to her about it, she's like, you figure it out.
Why would you shut down on that part of the conversation, though? I would like to know how much you have saved up.
Right. I don't know why she shuts down on any part of the conversation.
40,000.
That's not even...
You live in Boston.
That's not enough for, like, to stay in a household for a year and, and like... You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I know he has that.
Yeah.
He definitely has that.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, what is the concern? And then she says, well, it's more of a character flaw with him not working. How is that a character flaw?
I felt we've talked about this before. I think some people just feel like not working is somehow related to your motivation. Like being motivated, getting up and working is attractive to people. And to not do that, maybe she just...
I feel like I'm thinking more of the amount of discipline and hard work it took him to be able to get to the point where he didn't have to work every day. Mm-hmm. Like it, to me, that shows that he's obviously a hardworking, dedicated, goal-oriented, person in order to, at 36 years old, can essentially take a break from workforce and figure out what direction he wants to go in his life because he saved enough money to do so. Mm-hmm. That seems more impressive than I've been slaving away every day for 60 years.
And that's what Steve was kind of talking about that a little bit with Mark.
Yeah.
They were out doing whatever they were doing. But yeah, she doesn't care.
I'm like, character flaw? That seems the opposite. That seems like,
I don't think it's a character flaw. But I do think people do find a man working is attractive.
So I guess just like you have to work every day for your entire life. I can see if he never had a job, then I'd be like, oh man, can he work? Will he work? Mm-hmm. But the fact that he has a employment history, and a good one at that.
It's interesting. I actually asked some of my friends what they would prefer, and a lot of them said that they would prefer their spouse to work,
even if they had the money.
Yeah, why? They just would prefer. I don't know. No one really said why. They just want to have equal, I guess, contribution. Not necessarily equal, but they want to both contribute to the household.
So what if they are contributing with their money, but they don't have to work in order to get that money?
Well,
that's what because it seems like he's contributing. He's contributing with money. He just doesn't have to work right now to contribute that money. So it's like, yeah, I can understand. I definitely, if I had a choice, you would definitely want a 2-income household versus a 1-income household. Mm-hmm. But she's acting like it's a 1-income household, and it doesn't seem like that's the case.
Yeah. I don't know anymore. I really
and then her
don't.
Not wanting to move in, and I don't know.
Oh, that part was strange. She seems so petty to me. She's just mad that he doesn't want to work.
It seems like she's mad that he doesn't have to work. To me, I don't know. It's kind of giving me a little bit of jealousy. Like,
yeah, I'm starting to think they may not work if they don't figure. They just seem to be in the same spot each week. They've made no progress.
Yeah,
in terms of this.
And also, it goes back to me thinking about the experts. It's very disappointing because I feel like in prior seasons, they were giving the couples more guidance and more, help to navigate this. It's hard being in a relationship with someone that you've known, that you choose to be with. Imagine just being matched and married with a stranger. The amount of guidance and information that you need. Like, where are they?
I don't know. They haven't been there in a while. I think next week they'll be there, but I feel like this week would have been a good one for them to jump in on. They were all talking to their friends and family, which is good too, but
not very helpful.
Hearing from the experts would be.
I mean, that's like their professions, is to help people through these types of conflicts. I don't know. But I feel like Steve and Noi definitely need some expert help on navigating this. And someone needs to let Noi know, like, you can't avoid this conversation and it's going to go away.
She's so rigid. I feel if she doesn't loosen up a little bit and then some, I don't know if they're going to. Because he seems a little flexible.
I feel like he tries to be, but there's only so much that you can be flexible with.
You can't be the only one.
Yeah.
So if it's not reciprocated, then that's not the first.
Yeah, I don't know how they'll solve this at all. I feel like Steve is going to say no to Noi if this doesn't.
You don't think she will?
No.
Because she's so back and forth.
It feels like a fake concern. Like, it kind of feels like Noi does these things to make Steve do what she wants. Not that she really is going to leave, or that she really is going to, she just like says that. So, now I'm scared and I got to do what Noi wants so that she's happy, so she doesn't leave me. Yeah.
That's manipulative. And that's not cool, Noi.
That's what it gives off to me, because it seems, because she says these things, but even on the couch when they're having the conversation, she was just like, I don't know. I might not move in. I might move in. I'm not sure yet. It was kind of giving that, like, obviously Steve's kind of alarmed by this, and she's just chilling. Like, I feel like the reason why she did it was to alarm him.
Yeah.
Not like out of genuine.
She seems petty and immature, and she's still posting stuff on social media.
Yeah, purposely.
Yeah.
Oh, is this about me? No. I feel like that's another reason why Steve would say no, because her maturity level is so much smaller than his.
Which is like, she's 33, 34.
Yeah,
like, girl,
why are you posting subliminal messages about your husband? And then he asks you about it, and he's like, and you're like, no, it's not about you. Who else is it about, Noi?
Right. Who are you talking about?
Why would you put that? Is it your friend that you're trying to give advice to? What did she say? The moment you feel like you deserve better, you do?
Yeah.
That was mean.
That was pretty messed up.
Yeah.
Noi's playing games.
Yeah.
And that's not cool. She needs to grow up. Grow up, Noi. Because you're getting on my nerves.
Yeah, I don't think Steve would want to tolerate something like that. I feel like he's been through those type of relationships before, and that's why he has like such a different outlook on it, and he's just like, come on, really?
Yeah, and in order for him to get to where he wants to go, I don't remember his goals, but in order for him to get there, he needs a supportive partner, and this isn't going to work.
No. So. Like I said, I could understand the concern if he wasn't contributing any type of money, wasn't doing anything, but he's paying for everything essentially right now. Yeah. So what is the concern? $40,000? That's not even a lot of money, Noi. What is the concern? What is the concern?
When she said that, I was very confused.
Because as an engineer, he made what, 100,000 plus?
Yeah. Like, I'm more than sure he has that. So what is the issue now, Noi? What is it?
Like I said, she bounces
she just
around.
Wants him to work.
She just bounces around. Like, she comes in there, he's taking a nap. He's earned that nap.
Yeah.
His prior work history earned him this middle of the day nap, Noi. So, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And again, I am one who probably would prefer my husband to work as well. But I think if he has good savings, he has a plan.
He's paying for everything.
And we've worked something out, too, with the household duties. I would be fine with that. So
especially if he's paying for everything.
Yeah, especially if he's contributing.
Like, I'm so confused.
Yeah. I don't get... No, I don't understand. She just needs to, if she's gonna keep herself in this little box, then that's very good.
I just wish she would I don't know, take a look at what her real concern is. Like, what is the real concern? Because even what she says the concern is changes. First it's like, I'm because of my past and the money. Okay, well, Steve has money. Oh, well, I just like someone to be able to contribute. He is contributing. Yeah. Oh, well, it's a character flaw. Like, come on, Noi.
Which is very, I wouldn't say people who don't work have a character flaw. That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I feel like, she's saying, it just gives lazy. It gives lazy if you aren't doing anything, but he has money that he's made. I mean, if you can retire at 36, which I don't know if he retired at 36, but there's people that can retire early because prior to that age, they did a lot of things so that they can.
She's just had this picture of what she wants her life to look like, and she's not willing to adjust that for anybody.
Yeah, it's like, I would hate. Like, I guess she would never date like a billionaire, like that's young, a young millionaire, someone that like hit it big in tech.
If he's working, she would.
As long as he's working, that. So you better continue to make those millions. You better not stop because you're fine with that.
That's what it sounds like. I don't know. She's like, I want my husband to work. I want 3 kids. I want a certain type of home to live in a certain part of the city. And
that's why I say it reminds me, her idea and expectation for marriage and a husband is kind of like, reminds me of Elijah when it comes to his ideas and expectations for a wife. Not as mean, because Elijah doesn't communicate the best way, but the rigid ideas that they have. Like, that's what it's like the female equivalent. He just doesn't, I guess, say it to Steve. And when he calls him lazy, I feel like that's kind of mean. Or when she says the character for all, that's kind of mean. Mm-hmm. But he just isn't. The tone isn't the same. Yeah. But I feel like the idea behind it is the same to me. I don't know.
We can transition to them then, Elijah and Katina.
I just feel bad for them.
They had a pretty good episode.
I just feel bad for them overall. I don't know. Because I feel like they really want to make it work. Yeah, they want to make it work, but don't know how. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel like they don't have healthy means of communication. I feel like they probably weren't taught healthy ways of communication. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Elijah has a history of bad relationship behavior that he's practiced, and maybe he's starting to recognize some of it, and maybe he doesn't recognize all of it, but he's continued to do it. And, Katina has a history of being hurt and being mistreated. So maybe some of the things that she doesn't recognize as mistreatment is actual mistreatment. Yeah. So it's very confusing.
It is. I wonder if she's just kind of, with those relationships, she lost her voice in those a little. Maybe that's why she doesn't speak up very much. I also feel like she tries not to look a certain way on camera. So a lot of people have been saying she's been very quiet. And not speaking up.
I don't know. It is confusing because I'm just like, I feel for them because like I was saying before, I've had nasty, crazy fights in my marriage that I'm glad that we grew from. Yeah. So I don't want to dismiss their opportunity to grow. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know if that will happen unless they both take the necessary steps in order to do so. I feel like they want to, but not having the right guidance and not knowing like which direction to go is kind of hard to do that. And you'll keep going back into the same type of patterns. Yeah. And later on, they came in and, they said that they talked about it.
I feel like that situation, Elijah he wants her to apologize, and he doesn't feel like the need to apologize.
I thought they both.
Did he apologize?
Yeah, I think he did when they came back on camera together.
She did.
I thought he said he apologized too. I thought he apologized then again. He's like, I thought he said, I'm sorry again. I could be remembering wrong. I do feel like he recognized that wasn't the correct approach. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's a lot of times, like, people are hurt or upset. And I feel like he acted out. Like, to me, it was childish. Like, he was, I say throwing a tantrum, not in a kicking and screaming way, but kind of like in a, look at me, I want the attention on this situation right now. Yeah. And that's kind of like what he did and brought it to everybody to try to make it seem like she's the bad person. Yeah.
He also seemed unwilling to hear her out, too.
I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think about it from his perspective. If I was married to someone or if I was dating someone or whatever, I don't really, honestly, like the girl on the after show said, I would have checked to see when's the last time they logged on. I don't care if it's not logged in. You can log out.
True.
I don't feel like the way that he approached that situation was appropriate. Obviously, he was hurt and probably felt played and felt that he was being played. Yeah. So then he acted out on that emotion immediately. But I don't feel like he was wrong for being upset.
No, and I would have been annoyed too if I had seen that. But I think instead of jumping to conclusions the way he did and acting the way he did, he should have talked to her about it.
Yeah, I just feel like he doesn't know how to, he doesn't know how to control his emotions, doesn't know how to express himself properly. It's very communication is not his strong point.
I wonder too if he got that upset because he was projecting a little bit. I mean, like he knows if that was on his phone, what that would mean.
Yeah. So I'm assuming if I know that if it was on my phone, this is what it means, I'm just going to automatically assume if it's on your phone, that's what it means. Mm-hmm. Like if I know this is what I do, then I'm not going to rule out that's not what you're doing because I know what people do when they do this. I mean, those are definitely dangerous assumptions to make. And I don't know. And then they said that it was like right there on the front screen of her phone.
I don't remember that.
He's like, because he said at the after show, he was like, it wasn't like she was trying to hide it. So, I trust her because she wasn't trying to hide it. But the fact that it was on the front would have made me even less trusting.
What does that mean on the front? Like, because, depending on how, like, my phone, you can slide through to get to different apps.
So, I think he was on the first page of apps. That's what I got from the front.
Oh, see, I have an Android, so I don't know. My apps are in ABC order.
Oh, I have an iPhone, so you can put them in whatever order you want.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what kind of phone she has, but I'm thinking if it's on the front page, then that means you see it a lot. So why didn't you remove it?
It's an ABC order, but I don't know what
even if it's in ABC order and it's on the front page, why would you not remove it sitting there? Like you would if it was on the back page.
I see what you're saying.
It would be an afterthought. Like I don't even scroll that far back, or I don't even But as soon as you open your phone, you see it every day and it never been like, let me delete this app.
Yeah.
That's where I would be like, what? Because if I'm seeing it every day on the front of my, like, as soon as he opened her phone, he saw it because it was on the front. Why?
I don't think Katina is up to anything.
I'm just saying if it was me, what I would think. Like, why is it on the front?
Yeah.
If it's like, oh, I don't use that anymore. I'm married. Okay, yeah, you are married. It's logged out, but it's right here that you see it every day. I feel like you have a daily reminder to delete this off of your phone.
You don't know Katina's head be in the cloud. See, sometimes she probably just didn't even, I wouldn't.
I'm just saying, I can understand why Elijah would be upset about it, because I would probably been upset. I wouldn't have acted out that way.
Yeah.
I mean, if I was that upset as he claims he was, I probably would have rather have not had the dinner and just would have been like, hey, I saw this on your phone and I'm just not really feeling this dinner right now because I'm upset or whatever. But I wouldn't have just, brought it to the table. Like
I would have said something when I saw it. I was like, why you still got this on your phone? Who are you talking to?
I probably would have been like, log in. No.
I don't know if I would have got that upset. I just would have been like jokey about it.
I mean, because usually when you start dating someone seriously, like the first thing you do is delete those apps off your phone.
Yeah. Or at least I log out of them. And then when it really gets serious, then I take it off my phone.
So I don't know. You're a month into your marriage. I can understand why he was upset.
Yeah.
But then I feel like, sometimes our behaviors overshadow the actual situation at hand. So his behavior overshadowed the whole idea of if Katina was doing something wrong or right.
Right.
Because of how he reacted to it.
Throwing her under the bus and yelling at her the way he did.
And then wanting to hold her hand. So weird.
Uncalled for.
Like I said, it was like he was throwing a temper tantrum. Like, if I could think of another word for it, I would. But I can't at this point.
I can't even remember what else happened with them on this episode other than them making.
No, I feel like he talked to his coach. His coach gave him some advice.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Elijah Wan is really trying to understand how to navigate this. He's just having a really difficult time.
Yeah. Katina did something for him again. Still waiting for him to do stuff like that for her.
What did she do?
The taco and tequila thing.
Oh, yeah.
Did the movie night thing. Did the gondola ride.
True, she does do a lot.
Yeah. And it's usually after, it's like trying to make, I guess it happens after they have little arguments and fights. Well, not little.
And the sex thing. So he doesn't want to, so he says on the after show, he doesn't want to have sex at all until after decision day. He said he does not want to consummate the marriage.
I'm starting to think he's not attracted to her like that.
That's usually what that means.
Yeah.
But to me, it just seems like Elijah wants the type of person where it wouldn't matter. That sounds mean, but...
Well, remember, he's never seriously been with a black woman.
But he's had relations with a black woman.
Yeah, I think that has something to do with it.
But he's had relations with them. I'm saying relations like we're in the Bible.
But he's just... But he's done that, and then he was probably through with them,
So he just doesn't want to hurt her that way?
Maybe not.
Well, I guess if that's a nice thing.
He thinks he will care less. Some men are like that. After they've gotten what they wanted, they're done with that person.
Yeah. So
maybe he just doesn't want to lose.
So he doesn't like her in that way where he wouldn't lose what he feels. Because I would think if you have a certain connection with someone, having that physical intimacy would just heighten the connection, but not.
Maybe he feels like he'll become less interested afterwards. I don't know. I'm not a man. I don't know why y'all do that. But after they have sex, it's like, okay.
That just means that the connection that they had before the sex wasn't really real or strong. So that's why I'm like, does he feel like he doesn't have that real or strong connection with Katina? Which I don't know. It seems like he does. He'd be crying and stuff.
I don't know. I feel like he has this whole I'm gonna hit it and quit it fear, because that's just what he's done in the past.
Well, I feel like he's holding himself back and like, I don't know, hurting himself or judging himself. Or
I do think it's very strange they haven't had sex yet, though. I don't really get why. That's just my theory.
I mean, usually that's what happens
after.
Usually it's either the person is not. Usually it's that person's just not attracted and don't want to say anything.
Yeah, or that one that he's not attracted to.
But when she came out at the wedding, he was just couldn't stop talking about how beautiful and all this other kind of stuff that she was.
He's like, really pretty for a black girl.
Oh my God.
Because I think that's what he was shocked by.
I don't know.
I wonder if that's why Katina will not take that wig off in front of him.
Who says she has
a scarf on?
Who says she hasn't? She probably just hasn't taken off in front of the camera, which I would not either. I would not be taking that wig off in front of the camera either.
We saw her with her scarf on this past episode.
I'm sure she takes it off when the cameras are going on.
I hope so, because wigs are not that comfortable.
Because, yeah, you wouldn't catch me unless my hair was done with the wig off on camera.
Jasmine don't care. Jasmine will wrap that head up in a minute.
But Jasmine has, like, her hair straight anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know what, Katina has going on. I know if it was me, it wouldn't be looking good under that wig.
Well, she's also with a man who is dated primarily white women. So.
But then I kind of felt what Elijah was saying about cut his hair. And he did, like, all this stuff that she wanted him to do.
Did she want him to do that? Or she just, like, made a comment about that type of haircut and he went and did it?
I think she might have just made one or two comments that we saw. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if it was enough for him to cut his hair, she probably kept saying something about his little mohawk.
I don't know, because no one told him to delete his Instagram.
I guess that was just on him. I guess what he was saying was, like, I did things to try to make sure that the person that I'm marrying is comfortable. And I guess he felt hurt that she didn't take those types of steps. But like I said, I feel like people ignore some things and recognize other things. Like, she does a lot for him. So maybe she didn't delete the app off her phone, but she is doing X, Y, and Z over here. So I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to, like, you have to really think about what that person has done. You have to make yourself, like, think about it, like, show gratitude. Gratitude is so important in a relationship because without it, you're just going to be thinking about, oh, they didn't do this, they didn't do that, didn't do this. Think about the things that they did do instead.
That's probably something they should try, especially for him.
Yeah. I feel like that's something
like at the end of every day or every week.
Yeah, gratitude journal, like a couple's gratitude journal, or something where you guys make it a point to, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, we're going to say 3 things that we're thankful for that the other person has done that day. And it could be something small like, oh, this morning I saw that you didn't use my favorite cup because I like to use it. Things like that. It's just like small things daily that add up to fill up your cup, kind of thing. It's hard, but
I like that's a good exercise. Just focus on the positive.
Yeah.
I think next week's going to be interesting with those two.
Why?
Elijah gets into it with Dr. Pepper. I love that he calls her Dr. Peppers.
Black people got to add an S to everything.
Dr. Peppers didn't help me with my marriage.
I honestly don't think Dr. Pepper is very helpful either, so.
Well, I saw a clip of that episode, I think last week or the week before last, where I guess she's telling him at times it can seem like you belittle your wife and kind of bully her a bit. And he's like, I don't agree with that at all. And my wife wouldn't agree with that either.
Oh, so he's just like not happy about having to take accountability.
Right.
Oh, okay.
So I'm interested to see how that goes. Because if he can't take accountability for that, then this is... Yeah.
Speaking of accountability, Lindsay and Mark.
Right, where that was going. Lindsay get on my nerves too.
Lindsay is crazy.
Everyone's getting on my nerves, actually.
Lindsay is crazy.
She is. I was like, Lindsay, okay. Next couple.
I feel so bad. I know Mark has to be so exhausted.
He has to be.
Like, she does not...
Lindsay, what are you mad about right now?
She's always mad about something. And she calls Mark the spoiled one. It was really irking my nerves. Like, even the part where she's like, taste the sauce. And he's like, I don't want to taste the sauce. Just taste it. Can't you just dip a fry in it? Lindsay. He does not have to
this
taste
man be.
the sauce.
He likes his simple food. Leave him alone.
The sauce. And you think that he always has to have his way? Literally, you always have to have your way.
Always. And Mark is trying. He really is. That whiteboard thing, I was like, oh,
right.
I love that.
I mean, even when she was saying, he's inconsistent, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that.
Is he inconsistent?
I don't see it. I don't know what Lindsay is talking about. She had this whole photo shoot for the cats and then leaves.
And then left.
and then comes back. Do you want me to be in the photos? Lindsay.
She's almost acting like Noy a little bit.
Yeah, kinda. It was your idea. This is awkward.
I know Mark's sitting out there with the cats taking the picture.
I mean, I feel like Mark just tries to make the best of this whatever situation that he's faced with her. Mm-hmm. But it's just like...
I don't even remember why didn't she take the pictures?
Because they had just had a fight.
What were they arguing about? I was really in and out of this episode.
I don't know. I don't know exactly what they were arguing about, but she got mad because she kept grabbing Mark's arm. And he was pulling away, and he was like, you don't have to grab my arm when we're talking. And she's like, I'm done. I'm like, you don't have to grab his arm. If he doesn't want you to constantly grab at his arm, Nancy. Just let him be. Why is that upsetting? Because he said, please, and he didn't yell. He wasn't like, get off my arm. Mm-hmm. He was like, you don't have to grab my arm when you're talking. Like, I can, don't stop grabbing my arm, please. I'm done. And then she leaves. What?
I'm not making a scene in front of this lady. I was embarrassed for
I wouldn't want her grabbing my arm either. Yeah, especially when you're like talking to someone and you're like in a heated conversation, you don't want them grabbing your arm. Mm-hmm. Like, no, who wants that?
I'm trying to figure out, what does she want her to take accountability for? Exactly. Like, what do you do? He accidentally put your clothes in the dryer. Oh my God, it happens.
Oh, it happens. A lot of things like that happen.
Goodness.
And he said, I made a mistake. He was like, I made a mistake. You're always making a mistake. Mm-hmm. And then he got mad, or she got mad because she said something about accountability, and he said it's a two-way street. Mm-hmm. And he was like...
Yeah, because she takes accountability for nothing.
And she was like, no, I take accountability. You don't. And I think that's like where the argument like kept getting... going and going. But yeah, I don't know why she thinks she takes accountability, because it's like, what have you taken accountability for? It's
so hard to move forward with those type of people who don't take accountability for anything, because nothing's going to change. You're just going to keep doing the same thing over and over, and you're going to keep having the same arguments over and over.
I would just ask her straight up. I was like, okay, if you take accountability and you have no problem taking accountability, please just name a few things that you feel like you can take accountability for. Just remind me. That's what I would have done.
I don't think she'd be able to answer that question.
Exactly.
She would find a way to not answer it.
Exactly. So I'd be like, so you haven't taken accountability, because I'm asking you, what are some things that you've taken accountability for? I mean, you can even do it in an apologetic type of way. Like, I'm sorry, I must have missed it. So please remind me.
She would be insulted by that. She would get up and leave.
Like, remind me so that I'm not, misunderstanding the situation, because I want to know, like, what have you taken accountability for, so I can stop blaming you for these things and building a resentment towards it. So what is it that you've taken accountability for? Mm-hmm. If you can't name it.
Because I don't think I can think of anything that she's taken. Has she apologized for anything?
I don't know. Mark apologizes a lot.
All the time.
Like, he just apologized last month at their 1 month thing. Mm-hmm. Or not last month, last week at their 1 month, anniversary thing. And he was crying, apologizing.
And he apologized after the whole bowling alley thing. And I'm like, what? And Lizzie didn't apologize at all. What's going on here?
I mean, even the whole thing at the grocery store was annoying.
That was funny to me. Mark said, nope, we're only spending $150.
And she wants to go in there and buy just randomly everything. And why are you biting the corn?
Wildness. Oh, I didn't see that part. But Mark did kind of bother me. So I need my fruits and vegetables, Mark.
I feel like it would have been fine, but it seems like she was purposely just grabbing every fruit and vegetable possible just to be like, I eat this, I eat this, I eat this. You need to eat more things. Like, look at all these things that I eat. Oh my God, I'm so more cultured than you are. I'm more of an adult than you are. Bruh, get the fruit and stuff that you want and go. Like, do you want the corn?
He almost made it seem like we can't eat no fruit or vegetables because it costs too much.
I feel like he was just saying, I don't want to eat all this stuff. So just get what you want to eat and stop trying to make me want to eat these things, and let's move on. Mm-hmm. Like, everything doesn't have to be a big deal.
Yeah.
Stop saying you're done every episode. Either you're done or you're not done. Because that is also some type of manipulation.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
When she says she's done, is she saying she's done with the argument?
I don't know.
Because that's what I took from it when she says I'm done and then gets up and leaves.
Because she's like, first she says one time, she's like, I'm done. You're going to have to earn it. But then she goes back on her word with that. And then she said, I'm done. The price is too high. I can't do this anymore. Those are terms to me that seems like you're done with the relationship.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you're done with the relationship, why are you coming back and now we're taking cat pictures? Stop doing that. I feel like she uses those types of words, which a lot of people do, to make the other person understand I am really mad. And the only way that I can get them to understand that I am really mad is if I make you feel like I'm about to leave. Right. So you understand the seriousness of the situation. But then that just gets the person, first of all, they don't believe you anymore when you say you're going to leave. They're like, doing it. Okay, whatever, you're done, sure. Yeah. Or they can be like, since you continuously say that you're done, I'm going to have one foot out the door because I don't know if you're really done or if you're not. So just don't say it if you don't mean it, and just figure out another way to show them that this is serious. I'm seriously upset. Yeah. That's all that you're trying to convey, so just convey that. Yeah. Easier said than done sometimes.
I know, because I've done it. I admit I've thrown that out there.
I feel like everybody has, because you want them to know that you are mad. Yeah. And that, I don't want to continue the relationship this way, even though you really do want to stay in your relationship. Yeah. I don't want to continue it this way. So pay attention to me before it's too late, is kind of what that says. But yeah.
Yeah. But like you said, if you keep doing it, it kind of loses it.
Like the first time, you're like, oh no, don't leave.
I know. The 10th time, it's like, she ain't going nowhere.
Exactly. Leave, then leave. Or not. Make up your mind.
Games we play.
But it all goes back to communication, being able to express feelings, which is hard. You're not really taught that when you're a kid. So in adulthood, it's like something you're just automatically going to know. Not really. What is the last one? Jasmine and Michael. I feel so bad for Michael.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, why does Jasmine keep saying, I'm finally seeing this effort from Michael? Every episode, she's finally seeing it. Effort, he's been doing things. He's been putting this effort in. I don't know why she keeps saying, I'm finally, like it hasn't been happening. I don't get that.
I don't know.
What does she want from him?
I don't think she knows. I don't really think she knows.
I feel like every episode I see effort from Michael. I see him like really trying.
She's just not attracted to him. She's not.
Yeah, maybe. Just say that then.
Yeah, she really does. She's not attracted to him. Because if she were, then she'd for sure see all this effort and appreciate it.
I feel like Michael is doing more. And I think also because she has a male roommate that she's friends with, Michael does give more friend vibes. Like he doesn't, like he shows effort like, oh, I'm going to go do this driving course for you, teach you how to drive. Oh, I'm going to make dinner for you, blah, blah, blah. But these are all things that a male friend can do. I feel like he needs to be more affectionate. Like, try to give her hugs sometimes. I feel like he's afraid.
He may be. Like, he just
so I feel like the energy. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know if she's not attracted to him, but I feel like she's just not feeling that romantic energy between them. Yeah. Especially because she has a male roommate that she's cool with and that she hangs out with. So I feel like she's going to have to, like, spin it to make it more of, I think, because I was like, why is she saying romance? But I feel like the reason why she's saying romance is because she's kind of feeling the same energy that she would from her male roommate.
But he's done some romantic thing, like especially their
with their anniversary. But there was still where was the physical?
They were slow dancing pretty close, and
I feel like I feel like she wants more.
Like, what does she need? For him to grab her and throw her on the bed?
Maybe.
And
not that, but maybe she wants some more aggression.
Then she should say that.
What girl is going to say that?
I mean,
I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't say she wants him to initiate things.
I feel like if I was like, oh, I want you to be more aggressive, it takes away the luster of the initiation, because it's not really
passionate.
It's not really you initiating, because I told you to do it. So now I'm really telling you to do it. So I initiated.
Or you can say, I would prefer that you take the lead a little bit more on that. I think there's a way to voice it without coming off. We staying away from the word aggressive. Aggression.
Oh yeah, not aggressive. Yeah, passionate. I feel like she, because I was like, why is she saying romance? I feel like she wants more of that relationship type connection. It seems very platonic.
It does. And I think that's because of her. Because he's kind of said, I'm going to kind of let her take the lead on that.
Maybe she's not the type of girl that takes the lead on that.
But we also know she's not good at communicating.
Right.
So
and that's another thing. She wants Michael to assume so much stuff.
Yeah. That's so annoying. People just want you to know.
Yeah. I don't think she's the type of woman that's going to take the lead on it. I feel like Michael was trying to be respectful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's trying to be respectful.
Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to do. Be very respectful.
But I feel like it's at this point where she's kind of just getting like, this is boring, platonic type. You know, we're cool. I like she said, I like hanging out with you. It's starting to give more like friend zone vibes for her, because there's no, like, I feel like that moment in the kitchen where they were like dancing with the food, he could have tried to kiss, like a little kiss, a hug, or something. So corny. I feel like that was so cute. That would have been a good moment to be like, oh, give me a kiss or something. But
and she probably would have been like,
I know it might have started something like that, but eventually, you know, it'll get more and more. Yeah, like you. I feel like
they're not very touchy-feely. Like, physical touch doesn't seem to be a thing for either of them. Actually, so. I don't know. Do they even hold hands?
I don't know. But I feel like that they're going to need to start building that type of connection.
But it's hard to do that with someone you're not attracted to, you know? I think that's what it comes down to.
I feel like she's attracted to him in other ways enough where it could be okay. You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
I'm saying you might not be attracted. Like, if I was walking down the street, I might be like, oh, who is that?
Yeah.
But I've built this connection with you to where I like being around you. I wouldn't mind being in a relationship with you if we can build, you know, that later. You know,
they need to try. They need another try at the sex week. You know, when Dr. Viviana came by, she came by a little too soon.
I feel like she wasn't very helpful for them.
Yeah, but they didn't get a box like everyone else got. Did you notice that?
Oh,
everyone else did.
Or maybe they just didn't participate in the box. Because, you know, Jasmine seems like the type that would be like, I'm not doing this.
That was the week with the journal where she was like, I don't want to do that. Was that week?
Yeah, that's what Dr. Viviana told
that's
them.
why she was like, y'all don't get a box this week.
Or maybe they got a box and she just said, I'm not doing it, so there's nothing to film. I would imagine that they would just not leave them out of the boxes.
Well, they need another try at it. What? It's been 5 weeks now? 5 weeks? That's a while.
So the only couples that haven't had sex are the black ones.
And usually on this show, it's because the person is, like you said, isn't attracted to. Maybe they can have a Karen and Miles type of situation.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying, because I feel like the same with Karen, but there was just other things about Miles that she found to be attractive and she grew this closeness to.
They had more time.
Yeah, they did. Because if they would have ended when they did, she said she would have said no. So I guess the pandemic helped them out in that aspect. But
sometimes I feel like they should make this things a little longer. Or maybe 12 weeks.
Yeah, 8 weeks, 2 months. Yeah, that's not a lot of time. But Michael needs to pick it up on, I guess, the romantic. Because I was like, why was she saying romantic? But yeah, I guess on that aspect. She wants him to start initiating things now in that realm. Like, try for a hug. Yeah. Give me a kiss or something.
But the last guy, my ex, we waited about 6 weeks before we got, like, intimate. You know? And that was, like, with a kiss. Y'all, not.
With a kiss? Yeah. 6 weeks?
And for a while, I was like, is he into me or not? But he was just like, I want you to know I was serious about this. Yeah, but 6 weeks. Where he, like, made a move.
And he said because he wanted to know you were serious?
No, he wanted me to know that he was serious. Like, he didn't want to do anything physical too soon.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, it was.
I definitely didn't wait 6 weeks. No. Me and my husband didn't wait 6 weeks.
But I'm almost kind of like you. I wanted him to make a move sooner.
You know, like I'm not an initiator. That's definitely something I've had to, like, work on in my marriage. Because it leaves the other person feeling that you're not attracted to them, and that's why you're not initiating. Yeah. So even if you're not an initiator, you gotta learn. You gotta figure it out. Do something.
So maybe that's why some of them aren't making too big a deal about it.
Because it hasn't been that long?
Yeah. It's really 5 weeks.
Yeah.
But they are also spending all day, every day together. Which is a little different.
Yeah. I'm like, I feel like it would even be even shorter of a time.
Yeah. If you're just seeing someone a couple of days.
I feel bad, though, because I feel like they could be a good match. I feel like Jasmine has definitely gotten a little bit better with her stubbornness.
Yeah.
And her unwillingness to think of things from other perspectives and communication. And I feel like she's gotten a lot better with this, so it's kind of disappointing.
We have had 2 weeks in a row now where she hasn't gotten upset about anything. So, yeah.
I mean, I feel like she's gotten better as in her perspective on it changed. I'm always looking at how someone thinks about the situation because behaviors take time. But if you can change the way that you think about it and recognize it as an issue, that's like the first step in trying to change the behavior. So I feel like she's finally, or she did, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was like she talked to someone, but when she started seeing it as like, okay, maybe it is me and not Michael, because she kept just thinking it was just Michael doing the bad communication.
I wonder if it was after everything he did for their anniversary. Because that seemed to be when things
took a turn.
Switched. Yeah. Because he went all out.
Well, when they rewrote their vows, maybe she thought about it a little bit more. I thought that was really nice. And they kind of both talked about the communication piece in that. And so it's always good to think about, okay, what am I contributing? Because it's always easier to point the finger at like, oh, they did this, they did that. But if both people can focus on, okay, what can I do better to make this better? And if you're both working at doing what you individually can do to make things better, then I feel like eventually things will get better because y'all are both working on yourselves in the relationship instead of being like, you need to do this. I don't know. So, it's pretty chill. I mean, except for Mark and Lindsay, because they're never chill.
It just left me feeling like no one's going to work.
I feel like
right now,
I don't know. I feel like I don't know what I said last time, but I feel like Katina and Elijah Wan are going to say yes.
I think they're going to stay together. I just don't think that they'll work.
I don't know. I think it depends on how much work they're willing to do. Because I feel like there's a lot of work to be done with those two. I mean, there was a lot of work to be done with my marriage too. So I'm not saying it as like in a bad way. I'm just saying sometimes the work is a little bit more than what people can handle. So that's what I don't know if they'll be able to handle the amount of work that it will take. But yeah, I still feel the same way about Steve and Noy. I don't think Steve will say yes right now. Especially the way that Noy is continuing on. She's not helping her case here.
The last time we talked, I think I said she was going to say yes. But now I don't know. Because she's so back and forth. I don't know.
Like I said, I feel like a lot of her hesitation is just to try to make Steve feel like, oh, I need to do something so that I can keep Noy. But I don't think that's the kind of perspective that he's taking on it.
I know. Yeah, I think it'll depend on what he says, I guess.
Oh, like if he's going to go first, they should ask Noy first.
Please.
You know what? I really think they should have him write it down. I really wish that they should not.
That's a good idea.
Because I feel like sometimes people's answers may change depending on what the other person says. I would want to know, like, what was their answer without me saying my answer, even if I went first. Like, they should just hold up a card at the same time or something. Because I feel like if Steve says yes, then Noy will say yes.
Yeah, definitely.
But I don't think Steve's answer depends on Noy's answer. And that's why I want to know, like, I want her to go first.
You want her to go first?
Yeah, because I don't think his answer will depend on hers. I just want to know what her answer is by herself.
Just depend on if he made her mad the day before. I do.
I don't know. Jasmine and Michael are the ones that I can't figure out. I want them to both say yes because I want to see if it's like this expectation around the experiment and the process is what's kind of holding them back. Or is it just plain like this? We just are not clicking on that level.
I think he'll say yes. I think she'll say no.
I don't know if he said he would say no last episode.
Did he? Yeah, I was barely watching that.
When he was talking to his sister.
I'm not equipped to review it today.
When he was talking to his sister, I could have sworn he said that he was saying like.
He probably did.
I don't know. I could be mistaken. I could have sworn that's what he said.
I don't see him saying no though. I think he'll say yes.
I mean, I feel like if they haven't been... Oh, I think that's the thing. I think he was saying about the physical part, if they cannot get to... I don't even think he's talking about sex. I think he just means like regular...
Some type of physical
lovey-dovey type,
cuddling on the couch.
How do you sleep next to someone every night and it's still...
Karen and Miles did it.
Oh, true.
For 4 months.
How do you do that?
4 months.
But they were hugging and kissing though, right?
Were they?
I thought they were at least...
if they were doing much of that.
I thought they were at least like hugging and kissing.
Mark and Lindsay, no. I feel like Lindsay might say yeah. Then Mark will say
think
no.
Lindsay definitely is going to say yes.
Yeah.
Lindsay doesn't want to leave the relationship. She doesn't.
Yeah.
She does not. Because if she did, she wouldn't keep coming back like, I'm done. You're not worth it. And then 5 minutes later, do you even care about me? Like, you're just doing it for attention, obviously. You want more attention. You want him to do what you want. You want him to whatever you say, that's the way it goes. You want him to rule Mark. He's more strong than I thought he would be in that aspect. But that's all we have.
We're getting a little closer to decision day.
If you haven't shared your predictions, please do. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. We'd love to hear from you.
And then we'll be back next week to talk about episode 13.
Bye.
Bye.